All right. It's Jared here from Crypto Plan. How you doing? Monday morning. Let's get started. Oh yeah. So just gonna jump onto One Harmony. I've been waiting because I don't just want to pump out One Harmony content because people want to see it. I want to provide something valuable for you holders of One Harmony. And I just want to clarify something that was in one comment about my bullishness on One Harmony versus, I guess, my shorter term bullishness on the valuation or the undervaluation of the XRPs, the dashes, to get up to the all-time highs. So I just want to clarify that a little bit. But please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and click the notification bell too if you desire. So that we can kind of pump this realistic expectational content out there. You know, we don't want to be always just expecting everything's going to pump to the upside at once, right? So I just want to make some things clear about where I'm seeing One Harmony going in the near term. All right, so we are on the One Harmony chart on the daily, and I've taken all my drawings off because I just want to kind of just have a look at the journey for you, right? So we have had, you know, a basing effect, and I've talked about this. So when any asset or when any chart kind of builds up before it breaks out into these parabolic moves, we need to form a base. You know, we need to have a core of, you know, hardcore kind of early adopter investors, right? You know, these are the people that, you know, are smart, you know, smart money. They buy in early, they nibble away at it all the way along, they buy the dips, and then they have the benefits up here, you know. And now some of these people may be taking profits up here, which causes, you know, a bit of this kind of corrective activity. But in general, you know, like, these are the people that are going to hold strong. What happens in here, you know, like, this is a good run correction. And then what happens in here when that second parabolic leg happens is a lot of volume comes in. A lot of people buy in on the narrative of what happened back here. They hear and they see the gains and they jump in here and they're like, it's going to continue going up, and it doesn't. So they get a little bit shaky, a little bit edgy, and they possibly sell out. They possibly get, you know, look around and see what's happening, you know, and they're not as committed as these people back here. So that's the way I see things. I'm not, you know, it's a very generalistic view, but that's the way I see things, is that this particular run up here is always the tricky one, because you see things moving to the upside. You're up here, you buy anywhere in this region, and the next thing you know, you're up here and you're like, great, my portfolio's in profit. And then, you know, you're expecting it to go higher, you know, and even through here, you're expected to go higher. Even here, you're expected to go higher. And even myself, you know, I thought, you know, that's a good enough correction. We'll fire it out of there. But the reality is that this is probably going to be a larger correction. You know, it's probably going to be more like, you know, something down here, you know, like another base. You know, this is the second level of investors, the ones that got in late, but they're into it, you know, they're willing to accumulate, they're willing to buy the dips, you know. So we're building the second tier of, you know, hardcore One Harmony holders, right? So that's what we're doing. I'm going to jump back onto the chart here. So just to kind of address what I'm saying again, you know, these volume candles, 1, 2, 3, 4 days there, this large volume, this is where everyone floods in, because the thing's moving. They're trying to catch the rocket ship, right? You know, they're trying to jump on the rocket ship and they're holding on for dear life. And then it goes all the way up and they're like, yeah, I've made the best decision of my life, you know, buying this One Harmony because I saw it wherever I saw it on social media, whatever, my friend told me to buy it. And then it corrects, right? You know, and that's not the person that told you about its fault. It's not Twitter's fault. It's not the market's fault. It's just the fact that the market is in a corrective phase, you know, like Bitcoin has a correction, everything has a correction, right? But at the end of the day, we need to understand where we've come from. And the reason why I talk about One Harmony being the most bullish coin that I see is that it has done 6,476% since January. You know what I mean? Like, it is so bullish because of that. You know, like at the moment, it is in a sideways pattern, which is very normal for something that has just ran up 6,000%, you know, and even, you know, even to current dip prices, it's a 1,500% gain. So, you know, we've got to be realistic about this, that things can't always just continue to go up and up and up and up, when the reality is that One Harmony is simply a token among many other tokens that's trying to do really good things in a market, you know, reduce fees, increase speed, create some synergy, you know, some connection between other blockchains. So what it's trying to do is really valid and valuable, but, you know, you can't just say it deserves to be at $1 instantly, you know, like that needs to be built up again, you know, like the core grassroots fundamental kind of, you know, word spreading of One Harmony needs to continue and happen again, and I believe that that's what we're seeing on the chart. So I've drawn, you know, a potential outcome, a realistic expectation out here, right? So what I'm looking at and what I'm seeing in this correction is something around the 100 days, right? And this is just at the next attempt at all-time highs. So there's potentially a bounce off and then a kind of a move out of there, but reality is that this correction itself could, you know, realistically will take about 100 days, right? So what am I seeing? You know, I'm seeing this pattern, you know, this bottoming pattern, you know, that I've seen in larger kind of bear markets, but it's kind of like this kind of M double, you know, bot or W or M pattern like that, right? So, you know, maybe if we kind of draw it a little bit more kind of clearer, you know, then it's a bit more of that M like that. But either way, oops, sorry there, I just deleted all my drawings. Anyway, so either way, whether it's a, you know, a W pattern, an M pattern, you know, an M in a W pattern, it's a bottoming pattern. It's an attempt at a bottom, kind of, you know, a move up, a reaccumulation, another attempt, a slightly lower low, and then now, all things going well, we've resumed an uptrend out of this market. Now, these two lines here, these dotted white lines, the angle of descent into the correction angle is the same as the angle of ascent out of the correction, right? So all I've done is, like, you know, kind of connected some dots, gone down here, that's a particular angle, then I've gone, you know, from here, connecting this trend line up on the same angle. This is what we could expect, you know, like it could happen slightly earlier that we retest, it could happen slightly later, but this is a rough guide to say that, you know, around about this time at the end of June, we'll be retesting all-time highs again, or we should be retesting all-time highs again, all things going normally in the market. And then, you know, usually you'll have a kind of a tap off back test. It might overshoot and then kind of correct backwards and retest. So it might break out, retest the upper limit, you know, so like the 23 cent again, and then bounce off, or it might hit it and then bounce back and then kind of go out of there. So I guess I'll just draw that. So, you know, it's either going to kind of, you know, come up, tap back on top and then kind of go out of there, or it is going to, yeah, it's kind of going to go up here, tap off the top, come back, and then go out of there. So that's kind of my two most probable outcomes from what I see in most charts and this particular pattern. But who knows, you know, like I'm just a chart guy. I'm just having a really good guess from what I see and what I analyze and what I look at. So there is no guarantees in crypto, and that's why we're here, and that's the space we're in for like super parabolic gains. But I just want to make that clear that, you know, while I'm saying in my last video, XRP is due to fly, you know, really quickly to its all-time high, that's because it has worked so hard to get through a bear market, you know. So that tussle between buyers and sellers and bullish and bearish narratives and, hopium and fear and doubt and all that sort of stuff, that was all worked out in this action here. XRP didn't have where is it from January? Oh, well, let's just all go straight to the upside. It had fear and doubt, hope, buy back in, reaccumulation. Oh, everything's great again. And then bang, the recent kind of correction is just like, really shaken anyone out that wasn't real and true and, interested in making money out of XRP. And that's why I think that it's ready to fly on out of there. Back to One Harmony, you can see what's happened here is it's just a straight line up. From January, it's a straight line up. There's no fear and doubt. There's just one normal correction, a second leg up, and now we're having a normal correction. And I've talked about in other videos, and I'll show you again the realistic expectation of what even the worst case scenario could happen. And once again, I'm only using XRP as an example. But this is one of the realistic expectations we could have is up to 200 days in this corrective process. So, you got to remember that, if you're an XRP investor back here, you've done that big move, that big 6,000% move, right? So, you've come from down here, 6,000% move, right? It's a very similar move to what we've seen in the One Harmony chart. Not saying it's not bullish, as in it's not going to go up here and do this attempt, right? It's just saying that it's going to be a little bit of a boring ride for a while. Or, have that expectation that it, just think about the people in this zone, anyone that kind of jumped in, say, at XRP at 8 cents, and it went all the way up to 38 cents and they didn't take profits there. And then it came all the way back down to 12 cents and they're like, oh, I just had so much profit. And then it went back down here and then it jumped up here and they're like, yes, it's going out of there. And then it pulls back again and then it jumps up here. Yes, it's going out of there. And then it pulls back again and goes sideways. And by this time, you're just literally over it. You've heard everyone talk about XRP and how great it is. And it's going to go here and blah, blah, blah. You've nearly ran out of hope, and a lot of people did run out of hope and sell on this dip, and then bang, it goes on out of there. So just be aware, and just be aware that the expectations could be that there is a longer term sideways action. That if I'm talking about 100 days to test all-time highs, that could be a knockback, and then it could be another attempt and a knockback. Hopefully, it kind of flies out of there. Hopefully, it doesn't get sucked into the super XRP narrative, back here in the day where, it's a banker's coin and this and that. One Harmony has a different fundamental basis. So I'm not comparing them on that level. I'm just comparing them on the potential of, a coin that's moved really fast, really quickly could take a sideways accumulation, right? So please don't take anything I say about anything else in, crypto as like, oh, I'm dumping, my narrative or my expectations around any other coin that I talk about. I'm absolutely bullish. This list here, like I don't own any more Ethereum, but I'd be bullish on it. Cardano, I don't own any more of it, but I'm bullish on it. XRP, ZRX, Dash, don't own any Stellar, but I'm bullish on it. One Harmony, own it, bullish. Game, I'm bullish. Peercoin, I'm bullish. Cake, I'm bullish. Hather, I'm bullish. It's just different time frames of what I'm expecting, and all I'm saying, and I've said this all along, is that the altcoins that haven't reached their all-time highs yet need to catch up. For the whole market to move together in the next leg, they need to catch up, break their all-time highs, retest their all-time highs, and then everything can move together, So this is a good thing, like the quicker XRPs, Dashes, all these old school coins break their all-time highs, retest, backtest the all-time highs, the quicker our coins, these newer ones, these One Harmonies, can do their next leg up as well, and that realistically is going to probably, take a couple of months, and just expect that, and just enjoy the ride and buy the dips, or just sit back and enjoy the ride, because either way, the time frame that this happens in general or in total is, if it's 6 months or 8 months to go, is such a short amount of time. compared to other markets. Like if you talk about a commodities or a commodities bull market might be 10 years. The even the tech stock bull market, it's played out over 12 years, like to get similar gains, 6,000% gains, So we are very lucky to be trusting and, risk averse to be in crypto, and the rewards will come. That's it for that. I hope this helps you. I hope this helps reassess your expectations in One Harmony. If it goes to the upside quicker, great. But, just have, be prepared for anything, because anything could happen, right? Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell. I've been Jared. This has been Crypto Plan. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel, and if you have listened to the end. And I look forward to chatting to you on the next one. Bye for now.